Hey there everyone, Muckluck Douglas Bartholomew Reginald Esquire the Fourth here, and this is a guide on how to get the legendary backpack Ad Infinitum. There are 3 legendary backpacks in the game: Ad Infinitum from Fractals, the Ascension from 5v5 League PvP, and Warbringer from World vs. World. Each of these legendaries has a flashy appearance. Like any legendaries, you can swap the stats when you are out of combat. They have the maximum number of infusion slots without having to Mystic Forge them. Getting a legendary back item comes with a glider of the same theme. And finally, after the release of the legendary armory that was recently announced, they will affect your entire account. For example, getting a legendary sword is great, but your Necro can't use it when the armory comes out. But if you have a legendary ring, backpack, amulet, or accessory, those will be useful on every character you have or will ever have. Making Ad Infinitum. Ad Infinitum is made almost entirely in fractals. If you wish to go this route and don't understand fractals, I do have a guide for that, and I'll put the link in the description. I'm going to blaze ahead and explain this, assuming you already know fractal basics. Enter the Fractal lobby and talk to Kelvy right by the door. She's wearing Ad Infinitum already. Show off. Ask her about her sick wings and she will give you a book. Using the book unlocks the first of 4 collections you need to complete. Now, here's a description of all the tasks involved, but let's summarize. You need to do 11 things. 3 of them involve doing a moat. That means activating the moat at the entrance of a fractal, which adjusts the difficulty. 2 of these involve completing the fractal with reduced healing. This is a tier 1 fractal, it is super simple, you don't even need a healer on these. And 1 of them involves killing the boss of the fractal in less than 5 minutes. To be clear, that timer starts when you reach the boss, not at the entrance of the fractal. 5 minutes to kill 1 boss, very easy. 5 of the items for the collection are bought from merchants, 1 purchased with a fractal journal, which is made from pages, which you get from running the recommended fractals. You can get 3 pages per day from running the recs, and 2 more pages per day if you run challenge mode 99 and challenge mode 100, for a total maximum of 5 per day. Now, running those 2 challenge modes is harder than anything involved in making this legendary, so if you cannot complete those, don't worry about it. Just work on your recs each day for the journals. We'll need 4 journals total to finish this entire legendary, but we just need 1 right now. 3 of the items are purchased with relics from any fractal, and pristine relics. Most often, you get these from the daily fractals. Also a lot of money from those. And 1 item purchased with a ball of dark energy gained when you salvage ascended gear. You get it rarely when you salvage anything that is not weapons or armor, such as amulets, accessories, backpack, or rebreathers, but salvaging an ascended weapon or armor should give you the ball of dark energy 100% of the time. The final 3 involve taking something somewhere. Bring an item from a world boss, listed here, to the end of the volcanic fractal. Take an item from the Swampland's final boss to this location, and bring a +4 Agony Infusion to a Mist Geyser, which can be interacted with in the Swampland. Small tip, 3 of the items in this collection are done in the Swampland. You can do all 3 in the same run. Tip number 2, if a step requires you to do a fractal but it doesn't specify the level of the fractal, you can do it on any difficulty tier. So you could do it on tier 1 to make it super easy, or tier 4 to get more money out of your trip if you fancy doing that. Tip number 3, the vendor in the Captain Mytrin boss fractal is not past any mobs. You can enter the fractal alone, just turn around, and run away from the path that is usually the one that you run down, and you will go downhill and eventually hit a merchant. You can do this alone at any time. With that, achievement number 1 is done. You'll get a recipe and gain some of the ingredients required to make finite results using any of these professions. Return to Kelvy, talk to her, 2nd achievement unlocked. 11 tasks to do. Let's break it down. 4 of them are bought from vendors, same currencies as before. 1 task to upgrade the prototype fractal capacitor, which was one of the things that you bought from a vendor during the 1st achievement. 2 tasks involve running a tier 2 fractal with the challenge mode on, which reduces the healing. 1 task to complete the tier 15 fractal in 20 minutes or less, and 3 tasks to bring something to another location. One of these is to bring an item from the silver waste into a fractal. Another is to take an item from a fractal to the end of the silver waste meta. And the final one is to bring a +6 Agony Infusion to the Molten Furnace's Mist Geyser. Tip: 2 of the items in this collection are in Snowblind, and you can do both of them at the same time. Second achievement done. You get the recipe to make Upper Bound, which is the next step of the backpack. Craft it, talk to Kelvy again, and unlock the third achievement. Add Infinitum 3 Unbound. 11 tasks. Let's break them apart. 4 of them involve purchasing stuff from vendors with the same currencies mentioned earlier. 1, to defeat the Molten Boss Fractal in 5 minutes. Once again, that timer starts when you reach the boss, not at the entrance. 5 minutes for 1 boss kill? Very easy. 2, to do a challenge Moat Fractals with the healing reduction. 3, to bring items somewhere. 1 involves bringing an item from Fireheart Rise into the uncategorized fractal. Another is to loot an item in the underground facility fractal and bring it out to a location in Dredgehaunt Cliffs. And the last is to bring a +8 Agony Infusion to the Mist Geyser inside the Snowblind fractal. The last item is to upgrade your Beta Fractal Capacitor to an infused Fractal Capacitor in the Mystic Forge with this recipe. Achievement done, you can now craft Unbound, which is an Ascended backpack, and is the precursor to Ad Infinitum. Talk to Kelvy, are we noticing a pattern here? And unlock the achievement for Legendary Backpack Ad Infinitum. 13 tasks, let's go. Buy 4 things from vendors with the earlier mentioned currencies. 2 tasks are challenge Moat Fractals with healing reduction. 1 task is to complete Fractal level 95 Mytrin in 25 minutes. It will usually take half of that. This is not that difficult. If you need your memory jogged, the Mytrin Fractal is 1 trash pull and then 1 boss fight. 1 is to bring an egg from the Twilight Arbor dungeon. You do not have to complete the dungeon. I went in with a few people willing to help me. We went straight for the egg, picked it up, and then left. We just killed a few packs of mobs. Take the egg to the Mossman's hut in the Swampland Fractal. Once you've killed the final boss of the Fractal, there will be a passage you can interact with that takes you to the hut. Take the final boss's hammer at the end of the cliffside and jump into Thalma Nova Reactor. Excuse me, what? Bring a +10 Agony Infusion to the Mist Geyser in the Cliffside Fractal, which is past the final boss. Note, that was 2 tasks in a row that are in the Cliffside Fractal. You can do both of them in 1 trip. Bring a gift of wood, it's crafted, the recipe is on the wiki if you need it, to an NPC in the urban battleground, and bring a gift of metal, and it's crafted, recipe is on the wiki if you need it, to an NPC in the Molten Furnace Fractal. Both of these NPCs are accessed after the final boss. Don't forget to look around for them before you leave after you kill the final boss. I've never done that. The last item was given to you when you first started the collection. Completing this collection gives you Gift of Infinity. As soon as you can afford it, hurl the Gift of Infinity, the Unbound Ascended backpack you crafted earlier. Remove any infusions you had in it first if you were using it as an Ascended backpack. A Gift of Fortune, which I have covered the creation of a Gift of Fortune in the Legendary Weapon and Legendary Armor videos, so I'm just going to gloss over that. But if you don't know how to make it, here is a breakdown. You can pause here and look at this, or again, it is on the wiki. And a Gift of Ascension, which you buy from a merchant in the Fractal area, into the Mystic Forge to complete Ad Infinitum. Comes with a cool glider too. Whee! If you are already capable of doing Tier 4 Fractals when you start this process and have some of the currencies stockpiled, you can complete this entire Legendary in a couple of days. I did this whole thing in less than a week after deciding I wanted to work on this, but I had been running Fractals for a long time due to, well, I just find them fun, and they pay really well. So I already had the pages and the relics I needed when I started. Out of over a dozen Legendary items so far, this was hands down the easiest one I've made to date, and also the most profitable. And I'm not talking about making a Legendary to sell the Legendary, I haven't actually never done that. I'm talking about the money I made while I was working on the project. Usually my money's going down building a Legendary, not up. The reason for that is that fractal dailies give a lot of money, so we're fattening up our wallet a bit while we work on this. And that's all there is to Ad Infinitum. If you need any additional details that I didn't cover, I will include wiki links to all stages of the Legendary in the description, so you can jump straight to any step you need more information on. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like for the YouTube algorithm, comment if you have any questions or if you know any tricks and tips that I didn't share, and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content. A special thank you to my newest Patreon supporters who help make this content possible, and if you are interested in becoming one and getting earlier access to all videos as well as bonus videos, there is a link in the description. My in-game name is muckluck.9082 if you need to reach me there, or talk to me live any evening on Twitch. You can follow me there or see my schedule on the calendar. Links in description. I also invite you all to join our community Discord, link below, which is full of wonderful people, we keep the jerks out, and you can ask questions related to any topic of any game I've made content for and get answers. Lastly, if you'd like to support this channel, please consider bookmarking our Amazon associate links. By simply using this link when you go to Amazon, you support this channel and the production of new videos with every purchase you make at no additional cost to you. So change your Amazon bookmark, your mom's bookmark, your cat's bookmark. I know he's been buying the nip mo. And that's all for today. And as always, happy gaming.